What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, didn't have anything for you guys last week. I was actually a little under the weather. Didn't really sound too good talking, so didn't want to bug you guys with me sounding like and coughing, hacking my lungs out. Still may happen a little bit, so I apologize in advance. Just like that. So, Nmra Bradenton has came and gone. As you can see, poor old Buckwheat still sitting where he was. We missed getting to get this car out for the first time this season, which kind of weighs on me quite a bit. You know, looking back at it, shoulda, woulda, coulda, what could we done different and all that. But we had some mechanical stuff come up. It was going to be an 11th hour kind of deal to even pull a miracle off to get the car there. So, we came together as the mechanical deal. The car previously ran on a Big Stuff 3. It's been so long since I dealt with anything that forgot, and a couple other people I talked to had forgot that Big Stuff changes the reluctor wheel. So Ford normally uses a 24 -1. Big Stuff uses a straight 24. So Wednesday afternoon, started cranking to get the car started and just getting no sync, no RPM signal. So had to start digging into stuff. Then finally, I talked to a couple people, and somebody's like, it finally clicked to us all that it had a Big Stuff on it, and they're like, "Oh, did you change the reluctor wheel?" And I was like, "Oh." So we went all at it, real quick. Got the reluctor wheel changed, got a stock one in, got RPM, got it started. But in the process of that, tore some valve cover gaskets, some stuff, and it just, it was just a bad time. So as a team, we decided it was better just to call this race for Buckwheat. There are wholesale changes going on with this car. ECU, just a lot of changes are getting done. So we felt it was better to take our time, make sure everything's hooked up, functioning properly, not rush just to make it to the first race and possibly, hurt the car, hurt the engine, hurt Jim, all things we don't want to happen. So the decision was made to focus on having a 100% car, 100% ready for Atlanta. Hopefully, being up here in the north, we can find a track maybe to go test at before Atlanta. That would be super, but yeah, Cincinnati and this time of year, it could be 90 degrees tomorrow and snowing the next day. So it's just a bad time of the year for us for testing. So look for Buckwheat in Atlanta. Sorry we missed the first race with it, but we'll get it done. We'll get it done right and get out there and start getting some laps on this old girl. It's gonna do good. Pretty confident in it. Excited about it. Then our other car, which we're going to have to come up with a name for Larry's car. Green Bean or something, I don't know. I'll toss in a few dyno videos here of the car. If you are wearing headphones, just be aware, car's loud. Probably loud in the video, so you'll want to turn those down. Couple dyno pulls. So everything went really well on the dyno. We made a lot of changes on this car over the winter. A lot of weight reduction, a lot of efficiency stuff got changed. Just looking to maximize the combo, which that's the name of the game, and any heads-up class, you're wanting to maximize everything you can. So it turned out pretty well. Decently happy with where we wound up on the dyno. So, got Larry on his way. He got on down there, made a test hit, ran very, very well. I know a lot of people, it kind of got people going on the internet. The car was underweight when he went to scale it after he went I forget what it was, 848, 849 or something on the Friday morning testing or Thursday testing, whichever day it was, I forget. So, went over that data. Everything looked pretty good. Left the majority of made a few corrections here and there. Then the first round of qualifying rolled up, and the way his trans brake is in the car, it's a steering wheel mount deal. He pushed it, and the bracket itself actually rolled over. So basically let go of the button. I mean, he didn't, but the bracket made him let go of the button. So he rolled the beam. No big deal. It's qualifying. That's when you want stuff like that to happen. So came back around, round 2 of qualifying, just set everything up, just nice and simple, just A to B, just get down the track, get us on the ladder, decent spot. And it went a 8, don't hold me to this one, like an 8-8 something, I think. So got to look over all that data. Everything looked, happy. Everything's doing what we wanted it to. So then for Saturday morning, the weather and everything just looked phenomenal. So loaded up the old cowboy hat, put some beans to it, because there was a turbo. Jason Davis and those guys went at 844 at 161 in Friday's qualifying, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it's Fridays. It might have been Saturday morning as well. So, but they'd been running really well. So, we were wanting to go for that number 1 spot, get a few extra points, the record, all that kind of stuff. So, loaded up the cowboy hat, sent him out there. I was like, just hold on. So, it went at 847 at 160. So, good enough for number 2.
Yesterday. So here we are. Larry's in, Samantha's in. There they go off and gone. Samantha has issue, but jumps back in the throttle. And top end of the quarter mile. 847. Where'd that come from for Larry Stero? It's at 160 miles an hour, and he will go number 2. Draw some.
It's number 1 by 300s, something like that, something around that range. So then basically for 4th round of qualifying, just decided to sit out, save the car. Sunday morning, eliminations, made a few changes for that. Went at 848, 159. We wound up actually having a broke by because Matt Williams unfortunately wrecked during Friday's qualifying. Feel really bad for them guys. Matt's a super nice guy. I've raced with him through factory stock and everything through the years, and really good team. I'm sure they'll have that car back together and out in no time. Best of luck for you. If you need anything, let me know. So then on to 2nd round. We made some changes, but the track changed pretty drastically for 2nd round. I mean, anybody that watched the race would have saw a lot of knocking the tire off, a lot of pedaling. So missed that one a little bit and wound up in a pedal fest with Sandra Leslie. Sandra was able to get her car back under power sooner, got down the track, and took the win light. She had a pretty decent weekend. She had a rough weekend as well. She came out down from a wheelie, scuffed the wall pretty good, and they worked, got that car back together. Looked like they hung a fender on it, and I'm sure there was some other stuff got done. But she went on to the semis, and great weekend under the circumstances she had to face. Good for her. Then, that was our weekend of Nmra. We're got a lot of data to go over, got a lot of ideas, and then get both cars ready for Atlanta. Then I think we may actually be bringing road cone as well for Atlanta. We'll have to see on that one. But then something else that's been brought up that always gets brought up in heads up racing, always, is parity. Everybody, everybody wants to argue rules. These cars have been down the track. This is the first race of the year, so handful of times, down the track. Number one qualifier was at 844 at 161. Number two was us with a Pro Charger, 847 at 160. 3 was a Pro Charger, 853 at 157. Fourth was a positive displacement blower. I'm not sure which blower Samantha is currently running, but at 854. Then number 5, showing strong for the NA cars, Mike Washington with an 856. Very, very stout. 156 mile an hour. That thing is rolling. You still owe me a few laps in that car. Then 6, Bill Putnam, 857 at 162 with another positive displacement blower. So, you got pretty much all the combinations in there within a tenth of each other. So, the parity can be tightened up, but I think it'd be unfair at this point with the air and everything we had at Bradenton to make a call on that yet. Because the turbo, the centrifugal, the NA cars, we rely on cold air for, we got air-to-air intercoolers versus the positive displacement cars have air-to-waters. So we'll have to see. Okay, so the air, I forget where I left off there. Had to take care of something right quick. So the air plays a big factor in all the cars, obviously. Myself, I think it affects the NA car and the air-to-air cars way, way, way more than it does any of the positive displacement cars. The positive displacement cars, they've got air-to-water intercoolers. They can load that thing up with ice. They can get the cool IATs. The best we can hope for with the air-to-airs is if we get to ambient, we're doing good. So, that's most of the time doesn't happen. But, we don't get to pack our stuff full of ice and go up there and get, 50, 60 degree IATs on a 90 degree day. That ain't happening. So, weather plays a huge factor for those cars, I think. To be fair about it before everybody starts jumping the gun, I mean, everybody's already started take pulley away, add weight, do this, do that. And I don't know. I think it's a little soon myself. And this is coming from somebody that is, we're behind. We're behind, basically. We're ahead of some, but, we're still behind people, and I'm okay where the cars are currently sitting. We will work and, keep working and stuff. That's what you got to do. You got to work. So, I think we need to get to Atlanta, see how the weather looks in Atlanta. If it's kind of ridiculous, it may be too soon there. St. Louis, you got to figure is probably going to be a pretty warm race. So, probably more realistic to the weather we'll see for the rest of the year. Then, make some adjustments then. Don't be really quick to make wholesale changes on a class when, it's these conditions probably, if we see these conditions anywhere else, it would be if a cold front rolls through Maple Grove or Bowling Green. It's the only time we're going to see those conditions again, so we'll see. But, hey, be sure to so I'll wrap that on up, get off my little pedestal of whining. That's basically what it is, whining. Part of heads up racing. You gotta have a little bit of wine in there. Everybody knows what I mean. So I'm gonna get back to work on this because we got to get on the dyno. Got some changes still to do, and we ain't even ran the car yet. All that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it around, hit the bell, all that kind of stuff. Help us out. We're going to try to get you guys more content on what we're actually doing on the cars. We're not in a mad rush now, so maybe we'll actually be able to slow down and get that stuff done. But see you guys on the next one.